Hello there, my fandom friends! Today I'm coming to you live with my face and my voice combined. This is never something I've done before. I've done voiceover videos, but I've never done any videos where you're actually seeing my face while I'm talking. At least not on my YouTube channel, so this is all very new to me. But today I am going to be kind of talking about my experience from the Demon Slayer Red Carpet World Premiere that a group of my friends and I attended on February 18th, 2023. I'm going to break down basically all of the highlights, kind of step by step what we did on the day of the premiere. I guess I'll just get started. I'll break the video into different sections in case you want to watch a section more so than something else. So we'll start with me talking a little about kind of the beginning parts of the premiere. First off, my group of friends and I, we first went to a sushi place. I had a bento box and sushi for the first time. It was really fun. I definitely really enjoyed it. It gave me very much Rengoku vibes. I had to throw out the umai, iconic umai. I like it.
Nice.
Oishi.
Hooray!
Alive!
Oh, wow.
My friend Hannah and I ended up leaving a little early from that restaurant just to go down the block 1 street so that we could see kind of what the line situation was like. We got in line maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours ahead of the doors opening. Maybe like 25 to 30 people in line, so we kind of just hung out there. It was so cool watching the line get bigger and bigger. When we were waiting in line, there were Japanese media walking around with their big fancy cameras, and they were going around specifically to cosplayers and other people kind of dressed in Demon Slayer attire. And so they asked my friend Hannah for an interview. My friend group and I kind of, stood back behind her, and I have the whole thing on video, but it was just such a special moment for her and all of us. I know I was just like almost in tears because of how happy I was for her. I know how much that Demon Slayer means to her, and so it was just so cool seeing that, right in front of us, and just like such an amazing opportunity. As the time got closer and closer, there were a lot more people, taking videos of the whole line and kind of capturing everyone's initial reactions to the time when everyone is about to go in. And then finally we were able to go in right on time. They were super diligent about getting everyone in on time. They even started the movie on time later on. So definitely so organized. We walked in and there were some more Japanese media at the front, like videoing every single person coming in and, waving hello as everyone came in. There were kind of like posters of Mushiro and Mitsuri and other characters along the walls as we were entering. We went through security, which was pretty simple. We got our tickets checked, and we were inside, and the very first thing, so my group was one of like the first 30-ish people to get inside, and so we went straight to the merch. We kind of buzzed right through kind of the main entrance. I looked over at where the movie was gonna play because they had like the double doors open for where you enter the theater, and I just like instantly started crying because of how absolutely like happy I was to be there. The amount of joy I felt on this trip and at this premiere, it just meant so much to me. And yeah, anyway, we continued walking through. I have all of this on video as well. But since we were one of the first people in, we kind of just like buzzed right through all of where the line should have been. We didn't have to wait that long. And we kind of got first dibs on the merch. I, of course, have the World Tour shirt. I got this little Mushiro stand-up figurine. I got this keychain of Gyataro's sickles that are really cool because I love Gyataro. I got the CD for the Entertainment District. Has all the songs on it for that, and then also the autograph by Ime, who we saw live later on at the premiere. So yeah, we got our merch, and after that we kind of just walked around the theater. It was an absolutely gorgeous place, very gold everywhere, very shiny. We continued to get pictures with the different posters on the wall that were Demon Slayer related. They had like the enormous cardboard stand-up thing of like kind of like what the movie poster kind of looks like for the Swordsmith Village arc and Entertainment District combined. We went upstairs and kind of were like watching people from above, just like watching all the happy faces come through. There were so many Tanjiro cosplayers and other characters, and it was just so cool seeing everyone come in. They had these figurines in like glass cases, really intricate figurines, but they had Daki and Gyataro, Nezuko, Tanjiro, and then Tengen. Those ones were absolutely gorgeous. They had kind of like what you would find in like mystery packs, and then like figurines of the Hashira, different like Nezuko and Tanjiro type things. But yeah, all of those were really cool to help kind of like pass the time and, you know, have our hype meter go up even more. We eventually made our way to the theater room, and it was just instant tears walking into that room with Tanjiro and Nezuko on this enormous screen. It was kind of filtering through different advertisements and things about the show and about this amazing story. We found our seats, and we were quite pleased to find that there were gift bags on every single person's chairs. And so it came with a Tanjiro figurine that you can build. I have him here. I have not built mine yet. It came with a little Nezuko figurine when she's in her small form. She's very adorable. It came with 3 different mystery packs, and then this kind of like bag with Gyataro and Daki on one side, and then Tanjiro and Nezuko on the other side. But just to think that they gave those gift bags to like every single person, it was just such a genuine surprise and an act of kindness and generosity for the people putting together this event. We were just so thrilled. At that point, we probably had like an hour-ish to kill. We were taking some videos before the movie started. My friend Hannah and I decided to walk around a bit to see kind of what was going on around the red carpet area. We were rewarded by seeing kind of like these mascot characters walking around. They had Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Nezuko, and Inosuke walking around. They were so adorable. And then around 20 minutes before the movie started, I wanted to go to the bathroom just because I didn't want to have to get up during the 3 or 4 hour plus showing. I didn't know how long it was going to be, and there was absolutely no way I was getting up during it. I was not missing anything. And so it was 20 minutes before I handed my friend my bag, which had my camera in it, or my phone, and I went upstairs to use the bathroom really quick. And when I was coming back down the stairs, I saw all of these people kind of conjugating toward the bottom of the staircase. There was like a line for getting like food and drinks on one side of the staircase, and then on the other side it was supposed to be like people walking down the stairs. But everyone was just kind of paused. They had like their phones up. I was just trying to make my way down the stairs, so I was kind of like going in the middle of the staircase. And I hear people say, "There he is. Look, there he is." And I'm like what? And I'm at the bottom of the staircase, and I look up, and Natsuki Hanae, the Japanese voice actor of Tanjiro, is standing like probably 4 or 5 feet in front of me. And I just like froze, because that was obviously my first time seeing him in person. My friend Hannah and I and the whole group were just like so anticipating seeing him. We were so excited. We were all, like hoping he would walk by at some point and we'd get to see him. And lo and behold, he's like 4 or 5 feet in front of me, like walking through, and like everyone has their phones up, and I'm just standing there like a deer in the headlights without my camera, just like staring at him. And he's going the direction that I was going to go to meet up with my friend Hannah. And so naturally I was following him, but I was like trying to stay back to give him his space and everything, you know, trying to be respectful. And he just made his way through to the theater. My friend Hannah from where she was waiting, she actually got a little video of him from her vantage point. You can actually also see me, you can see the top of my head toward the beginning of the video when I kind of started walking behind him to make my way to my friend. But that was definitely such a special moment for sure. After seeing Natsuki Hanae, or Hanae-San since he's Japanese, we made our way back to our seats. We were like, okay, we have like 5-10 minutes before the movie starts, like we need to calm down after seeing him walk by. We sat down and we waited for the movie to start. Everyone started to pile in, kind of like got situated, and then, oh my gosh, just like reliving this is like already making me emotional. Because I can picture it so clearly in my head. But yeah, right on time, they started a 30-second countdown, and everyone, like every single person in that theater started yelling on the top of their lungs, like 30, 29, 28, and just like all in unison. Oh my gosh, just like seeing these numbers pop up on this enormous screen and just hearing how absolutely involved and happy the crowd was. Like everyone was so happy to be there. So well deserved for everyone who was able to make it. At the end of the countdown, of course, everyone is like screaming on the top of their lungs, shouting, clapping, like anything you can imagine. Like it was loud. Including myself and my friend group. We were going absolutely insane because we were so excited. And after that, they had the voice of the Japanese and English voice of Tanjiro Kamado come out. Zach Aguilar for English, and then Natsuki Hanae for Japanese, and then as well as the producer of Demon Slayer. And the three of them were on stage for probably like a good 40 to 45 minutes talking about kind of their experiences and just answering some general questions about Demon Slayer, about themselves. There was a woman who was kind of introducing everyone, and she had asked Natsuki Hanae to introduce himself, and oh my gosh, he starts the conversation on stage by using the quote from Hinokami Season 1, Episode 20. Oh my gosh. And the crowd went absolutely wild. Again, that instantly put me in tears because of the Rui connection and because of how absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, awe-inspiring that scene is, how iconic that scene is from season 1. Everyone was already in tears. They continued the interview. Natsuki Hanae, of course, had to say, set your heart ablaze. He did umai. He said, umai, umai, and the crowd went absolutely crazy. Natsuki Hanae said umai, but that's really all he had to say in order to get all of us like screaming. Again, so special. He said Hinokami Kagura at one point. Oh my goodness, he just said all of these absolutely iconic lines. Everyone on that stage just seemed to be such lovely and genuine people, and it was just such an honor to be one of the few people to see them speak on this stage in America, and just to see how involved they are with their characters and with the show, and it was just so meaningful. They went into a video playing the season 1 theme song with kind of like a summary of like kind of the major events of season 1. So oh gosh, I'm getting emotional already. So if you don't know, I am completely in love with Rui. He is my favorite character from Demon Slayer. I cosplay him. He just means so much to me. The Spider arc means so much to me. The Hinokami Kagura episode means so very much to me. And I got to see him on this massive screen. And and I went absolutely wild because He's my absolute favorite character. I think I screamed. I kind of like reached my hand out as if I could like grab him or something from the screen. I think I shouted on the top of my lungs, "That's my boy." And oh my gosh, I actually brought this with me to the premiere, so he was there with me. One of my friends that was with me, he was sitting like 6 or 7 people to my left. And after the premiere, he told me that during that Rui scene on the screen, he heard like massive chaos to his right, and he was like, "What was that?" And he looked over and he was like, "Oh, that's just Jenna." He completely heard me going insane from like 6 or 7 people down. I was probably the loudest person in the theater when Rui popped up. I went absolutely wild, and oh my gosh, what a very, very special moment for me. Just like seeing my favorite spider boy on the screen, this enormous screen, oh my goodness, it just meant absolutely so much to me. After the season 1 kind of recap, it went into the Mugen Train theme song. Same thing, showed kind of like this summary of everything with Akaza and Enmu, and oh my gosh, it was just so beautiful. And then of course it went into the season 2 Entertainment District theme song, which is the, you know, part of the movie that we got to see later on during the premiere. After that, we got our performance of the Entertainment District theme songs for the intro and outro by Hanae. That was absolutely incredible, seeing those songs live, like especially the opening song. It's just so iconic, and it's become one of my absolute favorite anime songs. Like, it's just so fun and energetic, and just the way that the season goes, it just like leaves you with generally like a very happy and flashy mood, and that song is just absolutely perfect for that tone setting. She came on the stage, she said hi to all of us, she was speaking in English. She was such a beautiful young woman, and of course just so talented. She had all of her members on the stage with all the different kinds of instruments, and she started to sing, and the audience was going absolutely wild once again. Honestly, like, the audience was one of my favorite parts because of how energetic and genuine and just like completely into the story they all were. As Aimee was singing and all of the song was coming together, the big screen behind them was playing kind of like a summary from the Entertainment District, but it was very much focused on the parallels seen between Tanjiro and Nezuko and Gyutaro and Daki, which literally, it just like pulls at the heartstrings so much. I can't even watch Gyutaro and Daki's backstory without just like sobbing. And so seeing the parallels, like my friend Hannah and I were sitting next to each other the whole time, like crying and like having to like hold on to each other because of just like how emotional it was. Again, it was just so special. And after the intro song, she went straight into the outro song. Everything about her performance was absolutely incredible. Such talented people, and I'm just so honored that my friends and I had this opportunity out of only like 2,000-ish people who were able to come to this LA premiere to see this live. It's so special, and I'm so very thankful. After that, they went straight into the movie, which was the Entertainment District episodes 10 and 11. Those episodes are already very special in a very unique way because of how absolutely gorgeous the animation is during those fight scenes, and the parallels shown between the siblings, human and demon, probably like peak animation for the series so far. And so to see that on this like massive screen, it's just such a special thing to see. Every single time like a favorite character or a new character or basically just like anyone substantial came on the screen, like the audience would absolutely go insane. So like, for example, like when Tengen came on, everyone is like like screaming and shouting and clapping. There's our Hashira, there's our sound Hashira, like everyone just goes absolutely wild. And of course, like I'm contributing to that too because it's just so much fun. Like being in a crowd of people who were so like-minded and passionate about this fandom. Just such amazing people attended this premiere, and I wish I could experience it all over again. Something that was a little different was the audio. For example, during the scenes that had fire. So of course, for example, at the very beginning of episode 10, when there's all the fire surrounding the area, it was really cool because the audience could hear the fire crackling like behind us, but then we could hear the audio of the characters talking and the music like in front of us and kind of like around us. And so it was like kind of like this dual thing where we were hearing like the intense fire, such an important, powerful part of the story, combined with like everything else all around us. Similar to that sound effect, whenever a character was stabbed, or for example, when Gyutaro like bent back Tanjiro's fingers, the sound was amplified so much. The first time it happened was actually when Gyutaro bent Tanjiro's fingers back, and it was just like that cracking sound, but like times 10. And the whole audience, like collectively in unison at the same time, was like, oh, like, you know, and everyone's like covering their ears and kind of like, oh my gosh, that was disgusting to hear. Of course, when Tengen's eye is sliced open, or different parts of the other characters, and the sound of it was just like amplified in a way where it was like everyone's just reacting at the same time. Just like, oh my gosh, there it is again. It was so masterfully done, and it honestly like added so much to the experience that was already so wonderful. Of course, once we got to episode 11, I shed the most tears because I just cannot handle Gyutaro and Daki's backstory. It's just so heartbreaking, and you know how absolutely sad it is. I was trying so hard to keep it together, but oh yeah, I was sobbing. Seeing the Entertainment District episodes 10 and 11 in the theater was just such a special occasion and experience, and if you're not caught up with Demon Slayer yet, please, please, please get caught up so that you can see this too in theaters. It is such a special time to be a Demon Slayer fan, and of course to see all of this on these huge screens. And of course, when they start playing this in theaters this week, it is going to only be there for a limited amount of time. So if you're not caught up yet, please get caught up so you can experience this amazing thing too. That is basically going to wrap up the premiere experience. I am not going to say any spoilers for the new movie, just because I really want you to experience that yourself. And I actually did go over spoilers on a Demon Slayer podcast. It's called the Hashira Half Hour, and you can listen to it on Spotify. The group of people that are actually on this podcast are the people and friends that I actually went to the premiere with, and so we basically just talk for 2 hours. We talk about our time at the premiere as a whole, kind of what I just talked about myself in this video, and then we really break down the Entertainment District, and then as well as the new movie for the Swordsmith Village arc. It is so good. If you want to listen, we're all very, very passionate about this. And we, of course, were a few of the 2,000-ish people that were there. So if you want to listen, feel free to. I will leave the link in the description. But that's about all I have to say, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section about your favorite part that I explained or talked about from the premiere, or if you have any questions, I'd be super happy to answer them. I hope you all enjoyed this discussion of me talking about the premiere, and I'll see you next time. Bye!